Welcome back to another video, guys. Today we're talking about soil. Let's get into it. So firstly, I'd like to mention this is not sponsored in any way. This is more of a promotion and a video to help the bonsai community, or my lovely chaps and chapettes out there. This is a video, this is a soil review for a nice chap. I'm going to talk about him in just 2 seconds, but this video is to try and solve the Akadama alternative situation that we have right now, which is that our previous source of molar clay has dried up, excuse the pun, and I've been searching for something to use as an alternative, and I wanted to have it tried and tested before I made a video about it for you guys. So basically in this video I'm really excited to be showing you where and what you can get as the alternative Akadama for the next repotting season, or for just slip potting now, whatever you want to do. So what have we got? This is our Akadama alternative. I've tried and tested this before. I've bought this privately. I used it this year for repotting. So this is a product that you can now buy, and I'll have links to all of that. And I'll tell you all about that in a minute. This is a pre-mixed soil solution from the seller himself, and I'll be showing you this in more detail in a second. This is a humidity tray, and this is some fertilizer that is also for sale at a good price actually, and we'll talk about that in just a second. So what to talk about first? I think it's going to be the alternative to Akadama soil. Yeah, I think we'll go for that one first. Let's get into it. So this is the alternative to the Akadama. This is a type of molar clay, more readily available, and I know for a fact, I've spoken to the seller, whose name is Brian. I know that this is a sustainable source. This isn't likely to run out anytime soon, and this comes in at £15 for the soil and £8.50 delivery. What is that, 10 litres? It's a 10-litre bag of an alternative to Akadama. On screen now you've got a comparison to the price of sort of 10 litres, 11 litres of Akadama, so you can tell the price that you are saving. So I'm not just being sent this before talking with Brian and talking about any kind of review. I have bought this before privately, and I have used it to basically repot all of last year's. I put it in with my own mix. I'm going to grab you some of those trees as an example. So these are just a few examples of trees that these are literally just ones that that were within arm's reach that I could bring in to show you guys. So here's some examples, Kabadachi oak style, growing in the same. This is not just purely this soil, it's mixed in what I was using for last year's repotting mix. But I mean, one of the Florida maple goes all the way up. I mean, clearly this works well, trees love it. It's free draining and releases that moisture sort of throughout the hot days. I mean, it survived all this time. I'm really happy with the soil alternative. I'm definitely going to be using it in my upcoming soil for 2024 video, which should be soon. But some more examples. This is a Brazilian rain tree. So this is an example of how you could use it with a sort of tropical plant, still doing fine. These are cuttings from different plants. This is an American sycamore. This has traveled all the way from Florida and is in the same soil. So you can see how I've incorporated the alternative to Akadama into my soil mix throughout the year, starting all the way back as far as I think March of 23. I first bought this product. Here's a bit of a close-up. Again, I've not done any cleaning, no camera tricks at all. This is all this product in this soil mixed with some other things. And a close-up then of the alternative. Compared to the Kitty Friend molar clay that we were using previously, it's smaller in grain, much better for the smaller trees, but I find that once added to a variety of other substrates, it doesn't make much of a difference and is still really nice and free draining. Next, we're gonna talk about Brian's own soil mix. This is what he personally uses on his trees. This isn't currently for sale. This is something that Brian's looking to move forward with in the future. Let me get you some facts about this, hang on. So as far as ingredients for this pre-mixed bonsai soil, we're looking at some biosorb, pine bark, pumice, the akadama alternative, and then some slow release particles as well. Obviously we can't give away all of Brian's secrets, or we'd just be buying them in ourselves and doing it. But let's talk about price then as well, because you're going to be amazed at what this is actually selling for. So the same capacity as our 10-litre bag, so imagine it's going to be the same size as this. 10 litres of this pre-mixed, ready to go, nutrient rich, free draining, lightweight, may I add as well, 10 litres for basically the same price as just buying this. The price is, I'm actually really genuinely considering packing in my own mix and just buying this in bulk, because it is really good soil. In fact, I want to do a repot, a slip pot. This is summer as I'm filming this, so I think we need to do a slip pot using this soil to see what it looks like and what it looks like watered as well, which is a big part of our soil mix. So I found this liquid amber that has just been growing in a flora pot, which I absolutely despise. I don't know why I did that at the beginning of the year. I think because I didn't have enough containers. We're just going to slip pot it into this nice plastic training bonsai pot, similar size, but it should just give us a chance to see what this soil looks like. Liquid amber or sweet gum, slip potted using Brian's soil. Look at that. What I've got to say about it, very light, like I'm talking extremely light. Put my silly bits of broken china back on. Anybody else do this weird stuff they put on their pots? No apparent reason. Stuff I find at beaches or whatever. I don't know. Broken bits of Cornish china. I like it. Anyway. It's very light, it's very easy to work with. Chopsticking it felt like a breeze. There was no struggle whatsoever trying to get particles down into the spaces that I thought I needed it to go. The main thing now is going to be watering it and seeing how that turns out. Should we go out and water it? Yeah, come on, let's go. Alright, hopefully that's a close enough shot where you can see so instantly the colours of the red come out and the whole soil just completely changes. Obviously I'm washing off some of the dust from the initial repot as well, so you'll be seeing some of that. Just realised my shadow is completely in the way. There you go. So you can see how that colour starts to change. That's really nice actually. So this is the soil now after a little bit of watering. You still hear it sort of bubbling and cracking. That is lovely. I'm really impressed with that. Go back to the garage. If you enjoy the videos and you'd like to support the channel, please consider following the links in the description. Here you'll find links to the Amazon wishlist. This is the best way to help the channel. Alternatively, you can buy these t-shirts. Please email or DM me to find out how you can get those. Lastly, the easiest way to help support the channel is drop a like on this video and please press the subscribe button. That would mean the world to me. Thank you so much. So I hope that was a clear enough shot for you guys to see. I love this. I love the colors. I love the textures. It's extremely free draining. I mean, this is literally still dripping with the water. It's still really light. Bear in mind, this is a slip pot, not a repot, so it'll be even lighter when it's completely this premix. I definitely didn't expect to be talking about Brian's mix for this long, but I just seriously am impressed with it. I definitely will be investing in this for the spring. Right, what was next? Right, next I'm going to be looking at the Bonsai Deluxe Humidity Tray. So here's some information on it. But basically, as Brian has explained it to me, houseplants quite often they're just not acclimatized to the dryness of being indoors. So the purpose of this is you spread the soil out onto the tray, fill it with water, and as that water then evaporates, it creates humidity for said plant and allows for increased health benefits, which we want. We love that. We love that. So this may be a part that you see now, and then I'll film the rest of this later when I have popped in a tree and sorted it all out. Insert humidity tray clips. Go. So the Bonsai Deluxe Humidity Tray, we're going to have a look at this now and put a tree in it. But first, let's have a look at these lilies. Look at the colour on these. These are grown by my auntie and gifted to me, so yeah, they smell amazing. Right, humidity tray, let's go. I have a feeling this is going to be like one of those accidental ASMR things, so I'm going to put the microphone there, see if you can hear this. So now I've got to steadily try and carry this back to the sunroom, and then I'll show you basically putting a tree in it. So one of my trees in the sunroom that I find dries out the most is this Java tea, which is from the Eden Project. Plonk the tree on like that, and as it evaporates it kind of keeps them more humid. Literally that simple. It's going to help me to relieve some of the stress of constantly thinking about when did I last water that tree, how humid does it need to be, what temperature, all that kind of stuff. I definitely recommend this for if you're keeping any tropicals or anything inside on an indoor environment. Back to the film. So lastly, I'm going to be telling you about Brian's fertilizer that he sells. This is £10 for the 2 litres, that's £10 delivered that is, which I think is exceptional value. This is an NPK of 777 and has trace elements, which is essential for plant growth basically. This is something that I'm going to be incorporating into my soil mix depending on what time of year, but you can just keep sprinkling this to your plants in the growing season, or you can add it to your premix ready for repotting, up to you. I'm definitely going to be using this on my trees basically. So again, great value on that. I cannot stress enough, this is not sponsored. Brian hasn't paid me to do it. I bought this myself. I've been given the soil mix to review for you guys, the humidity tray because he sells those, and the fertilizer to talk about as well. But I actually buy this product. This is not sponsored. This is genuinely, I'm doing this video to try and help the bonsai community to find out cheaper ways to make bonsai more accessible, so you don't have to walk into your local nursery and pay £40 for a bag of soil, you know. So there's plenty of options out there, and I'm giving you these now in the video. Let's summarize then. This is the soil that I'm going to be in an upcoming video. In future I'll put a card here so that you can go and watch that. but this is going to be in my cheap bonsai soil DIY at home video. This is what I use as an essential ingredient in that mix. This is Brian's pre-made, so if you don't want to mix your own soil, no worries. For the same price, you can buy Brian's pre-made stuff. This technically is not for sale yet. It will be in the coming months, definitely ready for repotting season. So again, the link to Brian's eBay page is in the description. So click that link. Not sponsored, no money back to me. Genuinely just want to try and help the community to find other ways of getting cheap soil alternatives and stuff that works, stuff that I would use personally. The humidity tray is not something that I would go out there and buy, it really isn't, but I'm going to use it, I'm going to review it, I'm going to tell you guys, well, you've already seen, so I should shut up. And then the fertilizer as well. So keep an eye out for the soil video where I'm going to be using this to create my own DIY soil on the cheap. Lots of really cool ingredients that you may not have thought of to use to bulk out your soil and to add nutrients. And then the pre-made soil that you can get for a really, really good price. So other than that, I just say a massive thank you to Brian for trusting me to make this review, for sending me some soil to try out, and to kind of share with the community a different way to get soil, basically. So big up, my man Brian, thank you very much. Thank you to everyone who watches and supports these videos, and I hope that you can learn something from it. But other than that, thank you very much. Much love, much appreciate to everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Wherever you are in the world, make sure you're taking care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.